Uh-oh, I'm tilting it, huh?
Yeah.
This is the 27th of June, and we're here in Blairsville with Lillie West, who's telling us about the instruments in her home in Gilmer County as a child. She had Jew's harp and a harmonica. Was there a fiddle in the home?
Guitar.
A guitar. Who played the guitar? Tell me who played these.
You know who played the guitar.
Was it Lillie West?
Yes, it was.
And who played the
Gus played
banjo?
the fiddle.
Gus played the fiddle?
Yeah, and then we had, they called them zither harp then, a 32-stringed instrument. Alice played that.
What, and that was it?
Yeah. I used to hear Dad when I was a kid. Dad and Uncle Bob Evans and different ones. Oh, Tonto got a fiddle. I wouldn't have one of them things in my house. Uncle Bob would say, well, they're just, one of my kids just better not bring one to my house. I'll brush it over a chair. And Dad was against them. He thought it was something terrible.
Then what happened?
Oh, and Charlie was home. He built him a little desk. He done a pretty good job on it. Had it all fixed up, laid on it. He put a lock, different lock. He kept his little trinkets in there. He was always afraid them to them around. Some foolishness. He played for his dad. He was always home. Mr. Ben when Dad wasn't there. And Mother said, now you better not let your dad see that, because you know how he feels about it. He said, you keep it locked. Sometimes you keep it locked, and sometimes you forget to lock it. Well, Gus had eased it out to practice on it, and he got where he could play it. Charlie never could say nothing. So they kept it there, and put it out up and playing. But we didn't have no chance. But then he didn't have any chance when Dad was at home. When he'd be gone off for the day, every minute he'd take to rest, he was sawing on that fiddle. One night, it was in October, and we'd done all the work that Paul on us to do. You know, when Dad was on the ground chair, and I was cooking, and I was sick. And he went, left on Sunday, and stayed with, had a brother stayed and everything. He stayed there. And we wasn't expecting him back to the end of the week.
Your mother was a part of this conspiracy that knew about the fiddle, huh?
Yeah, she knew about it. She didn't mind. She didn't care. And she used to be, was had one of the best dancers in her time. She really danced. I never saw her dancing. And after we got everything done, feeding done and everything, I had circles out here around, I had a little fire bell out, it was pretty cold. We brushed and playing the fiddle, and we got to singing. We were singing all kind of foolish songs. He could play most anything he wanted to. And, but I don't know why it happened. I reckon it's just our luck. He was playing the last song he played till Dad taught us this time.
Sacred song by this love?
Oh, they tell me of a home far beyond the sky. Oh, they tell me of a land far away. Oh, they tell me of a home where no storm clouds lie. Oh, they tell me of an unclouded day. He could really play that. And just as we ended that song, Dad cleared up the stove out the yard gate. The house was fenced in. And Mother said she better get rid of that. Oh, he went ski-daddling out there with us, you know. We were all sitting there just as on the
Mm-hmm.
lamb led the
Was
little...
that a favorite song of your dad's by Lillie?
Yeah, yeah. And I wondered why we sang
Mm-hmm.
it that night. But it just happened, he just happened
Mm-hmm.
to hit the key when he
Right.
saw the cross fiddle and pulled us on it, and we sung it. Yeah, Dad come in. I said, must have what it was. He's come home tonight, for it was on Monday night. I said, I wasn't expecting it. Well, he said, we went out to the courthouse this morning and we got a message that the judge was sick and couldn't be there, and they had to adjourn court. When he come home Monday night, somebody in town that he knew he was out there. And she got into and cooked. We had supper. Kind of left. Oh, we skied out around 60 supper quick. He come in, got through eating, come out, sit down with the fire. He said, when I come over, I'm telling him up the gate. He said, I heard some kind of music. And Mother got tickled. And he said, well, what was it? He said, sounded pretty good to me. And he turned and looked at her. He said, you know anything about it? He knew what it was. And she said, oh, that was Gus playing the fiddle. Fiddle? Where did Gus get a fiddle? She said, well, Charlie bought one sometime back. Oh, they did. Well, where's he kept it? He's right there in that desk, and Dad never did fool with anything that belonged to any of those kids, unless we put something along that he wanted, and where we kept our stuff. He didn't prowl around and look after anything. And he said, where is it? And I want to see it. Well, we kind of drawed up. He just climb it over a chair. He took it and looked at it, turned it over, kicked on the strings a little while, looked up this fantastic bowl. This seems so back and forth. I met a possum in the road. I asked him where he's a-gwine. Ain't got time to tell you, sir. The little dog trotting behind.
He just kept taking the bow across the fiddle and doing that, huh?
Yeah, he just the same. He wasn't making no tune or nothing. He just sawing the string. Handed the fiddle to Gus and said, play that song you was playing like I like. And let the girl sing. Oh, we were glad to get to do that. And he said, I'm tired. Go to bed, and I think I can go to sleep and see what sing.
How old were you then, would you guess?
Oh, I don't know, 12, 14 years old. And he went to bed, and before he got through the first of it, he was snoring. But he told us next morning that that song was in his mind, in his sleep. He said, it's the prettiest music he ever heard. And him just sleeping off, and he got the sound. And, well, that did the job. And then the next
From then on, you were allowed to have instruments.
Next thing you knew, Rome brought a guitar home. And some of them got a banjo. Then they got that other thing. Oh, he learned to play. Dad enjoyed that more than anything. Every night, if everybody's well, and he'd go to bed, he'd play a song or two and leave and go to sleep. And we never did get through the first song, he was just snoring. But he didn't like too much foolish singing. Once in a while he'd get tickled, you know, and we'd get singing something. We'd take chances on singing some little foolish something. Or when we'd get him to sleep, he couldn't wake him up hardly. As long as he was singing, and he'd give us a song apiece. And each one sang his own song, and we never heard such a mess as we'd make that on. Be a yelling and a squawking, enough to wake the dead, but it wouldn't wake him up. He got by with it. I had sat foot of his bed and played, but I used to play a banjo. I like a banjo better than I do a guitar.
Who liked the banjo the best?
Yeah, it's easier on the fingers.
Who liked it the best in the family?
Oh, Alpha played it. He was one who got in banjo. He'd rather have a banjo.
What was it, a 6-string, 12-string?
5 strings. 4 strings. And then a
Fifth.
little, the top string, they call it thumb string. I don't know why they call it that.
Apparently we're back together since we've returned from our trip down to Florida. And here it is, July 4th. Almost a week's gone by, huh?
Yeah,
Just about a
time
week.
flies, doesn't it?
Yeah, I guess it has been a whole week. And the firecrackers we're hearing in the background here are some indication of that.
Yeah.
What we got on to discussing, and I thought you might tell a little bit about it, was the difference in school as you observed it now and then. When you started school, how long did a school term last?
2 months and a half.
Mm-hmm.
2 months and a half in the year.
Mm-hmm.
And then they raised up to 3 months. And then got 5 months.
Mm-hmm.
I never went to school. There was, well, about 3 terms of school at 5 months.
Now, you started when you were how old?
I was just 4 years old.
Anybody object to that?
Yes, sure.
Did anybody object to that?
Oh, yeah, there's one family lived there. The old lady she was a meddler. The teachers always boarded with her. But one teacher, when she started to rough dance, they'd board with her, and she'd give them the history of all of the students, the teacher. The ones who'd have
Her own outlook on them, too.
Yeah, the ones there, she'd have them all lined up, all they'd each have a character, and she got through them. And the teacher'd have to watch after them, and if the teacher didn't have sense enough to tell the difference in her story and the action of the child, I was too rough on her. And she decided, my brother was 20 years old, and 18 was her limit.
Which brother was that?
My oldest brother,
Charlie.
And I was just 4.
You were both in the same class.
Yeah. And she stirred over Lucas about it, and she went to old Billy Hill. We always called him Uncle Billy Hill. And he was a school superintendent, school commissioner, they called him. Now, he visited the school as often as he come through, and
He was a farmer who did this part-time?
Well, yeah, he farmed part-time, yeah. He wasn't able to do too much work. His health was pretty bad. But she got her crowd and went to him and told him the story about he's too old to go to school, and he's just going there just to have a big time with the girls. Well, there was no girls. There was girls in school as old as he was, but she didn't tell none of them. Well, Mr. Hill said, well, I can't do a thing about it. He said, that's left up to the teacher. He said, so long as the teacher don't object to those 2 children are going to school, nobody can do anything about it. And that just closed her mouth proper.
All right. You started when you were 4 years old,
Yeah.
and you continued until you were how old?
16. And I never got past the 6th grade. They didn't have grades then. They had the blueback speller, Webster's old blueback speller.
Let me hear this clearly now. Webster's blueback speller?
Yeah. And it started with the ABC, the first the child learned in school, his letters. And then it had 2 letter words. and 3-letter words, 4-letter words, and then words with 2 syllables, and they had the accent marks, and the letters were marked. Broad, long A, short A, broad tongue, carried A, and all. I used to know the sound of all of them, but I'd have to see a book now to
Like
sing
shape
them.
note singing.
Yeah, and well, we'd spell those words. The 2-letter words were all right. That's A-J-K-K-K-L-A-M-A, and then
What did you just spell? Just
Huh?
What did you just spell?
What did I just
Yeah.
say? Just the 2-letter words. A-J-K-K-K-L-A, that was just to give the
Okay.
sounds of the letters
Okay.
and place them. Then Baker got on over about the 30th page in the book, I guess. It had Baker. It was two-syllable words.
Yeah.
B-A-B-K-E-R, Baker. S-H-A-C-D-Y, shady. L-A-D-Y, and down under that now, for each word there was a sentence. We had to learn that. We spelled B-A-B-K-E-R. A baker bakes bread and cake.
Right.
And
You remember some of those sentences?
lady, L-A-D-Y, L-A lady, we had to pronounce the syllables. L-A-D-Y, lady. I love the young lady that taught me how to read. And then pony. Pony is a very little horse. And fish, bony. Some fish are very bony. And on the whole page, we had to get those sentences. When we got the meaning of the word.
What were you doing in this room of how many children were in the room at times?
Well, anywhere from 30 to 60.
What would you be doing if the teacher was teaching something else to older children, say?
Well, sometimes if there's something interesting, I'd listen at it. I'd listen to her and see how they was answering the question in history and geography and books that I didn't study. And there's some things that
What made you say you didn't get to 6th grade?
Well, they didn't have grades at that time.
Yes.
They had, I started to tell you a while ago, they started with the speller, blueback spelling. And then they had we get through that, and when we got to the pictures, about middle ways, there's pictures of different things, and there's a sentence on them, and maybe a little story, and like an old man once found a rude boy in one of his apple trees stealing apples. He asked him kindly to come down, and the young saucebox told him plainly he would not. And the old man picked up a few turfs of rice and threw at him, and tickled the boy to think that the old man had tried to knock him out of the tree with his rice alone. He got him some rocks and whipped a few items, and soon made the young sport hasten from the tree and beg the old man's pardon. We read their stories, and that was interesting to us. Well, to get through the speller, we get it way on over, past the middle of the speller, then we could pick up intermediate arithmetic, and the first reader. We had the reader stored in the reader.
The arithmetic would be addition.
Yeah, and the reader. When we got that through so far in the spelling book. And then we take the Georgia history, and English, just intermediate English, and intermediate geography, and then we got the higher geography. And the arithmetic was the intermediate, common school, and high school. And that was it.
Now, how would you compare in general, because you're a person, until your eyesight now prevents you from doing so, you always read a great deal.
Oh, Lord, yes.
Was that true of most of your classmates? Did they have no trouble reading and writing and so forth?
Well, no, they didn't have too much trouble reading because we had the readers.
Now you see children today that are, say, in 10th and 11th grade of 12th grade of high school. How would you compare what they've learned?
Well, they're just behind. Most of them, a lot of them are. There's some, I guess, that read. There's a lot of young people that read like I used to, but not as much. No, they don't enjoy reading, don't they? They've got too many other things on their mind.
Distractions now.
Yeah.
TV.
And I always enjoyed reading. And we'd go to school. We had it. Teachers would ask us questions to see how strong our interest was in our reading. And things.
But you had no ability really to read novels or books or much poetry or this kind
No,
of
we
thing.
didn't have much of that.
They were not available to you.
Well,
if you were interested
we had a lot of poetry.
in your readers.
Yeah,
What poem do you remember?
and we used to, in school, every Friday, or we always looked forward to Friday, we'd have match spelling. We used to call it cross spelling, match spelling over it. Two of the best spellers would be chosen, and then they'd pick the ones, the students.
Like a team?
They'd try to get the one that could spell the best, and it'd be like a race. And then they'd have little recitations. Children would recite poems, they'd memorize poems.
Do any of those poems come back in your memory now?
Yeah.
Can you
I know one that's about as long as the Georgia Law. My sister memorized it and recited it in the last day of the school.
She was older than you?
Yeah, she's 10 years older than I. And I was 5 years old at that time. And I got that piece too, and I still know.
You were listening to her practice it
Yeah.
when you first got
Yeah.
interested in it?
Yeah?
So you were quite young.
I was just 5 years old.
How does it go?
Well, it was called Neighbors. That was a heading on it. And let me see if I can get it started. Now, who's that coming up the path? Run, Betsy Jane, and see. I'll bet it's hateful old Miss Jones to come in here to tea. Miss Perkins, is it? Dear me, I'd rather hear it thunder. She's always out of town. Now, what brings her here, I wonder? I hope she's going to come to call. Don't ask her, dear, to stay. Or if you urge her hard enough, she'd never go away. I know. Oh, she's got that old silk bonnet on. It's older than the hills, I'm sure. It looks ridiculous, all ruffles, tucks, and frills. Good gracious me, she's got to work. I must get my knitting. I suppose you know Bill Smith would give her daughter Ann the knitting. Hi, Miss Perkins, is that you? Come in. I'm desperate glad you come. I just remarked to Betsy Jane, this house seems awful dull. Said I, a little while ago, said I to Betsy Jane, I wonder where Miss Perkins is. Why don't she come again? And I said, I hope you'd come today if nothing's up to hinder. Well, she's coming now, said Betsy Jane, looking out the window. And Miss Perkins, take the rocking chair. Come, Betsy, take her bonnet. Be sure you put it where the bugs and dust and flies won't get up on it. Miss Perkins, take a pinch of snuff and tell me all the news. I haven't heard them in so long, I've almost got the blues. Had I heard of the wedding, laws and no, who underneath the sun? John Wayne and Huldah Robertson. Miss Perkins, you're in fun. Why, he's as much as 52 and Huldah isn't 20. But then you know the reason the old fool's cash is spending. Yes, Miss Perkins, I was at church, and weren't you glad to hear the preacher preached so plain on the dress? It hit some folks for prayer. Miss Primrose colored like a beet. You know, she wears a feather. And Sarah Grimes was awful mad. It hit them both together.
You said it was as long as the Georgia Law. You weren't lying, were you?
You want to hear the rest?
No, I think I got the idea of that one. Give me a different type.
Wait, let me get
All right,
to that.
go ahead, punchline here.
I'll finish up.
All right.
I'll finish it.
The Witherways.
Why, Miss Perkins, are you going now? One thing I'd like to know. Go bring her bonnet, Betsy Jane. What makes you hurry so? Why, your bonnet's just as nice as new. I'll swan, it's right in fashion. These ruffles and them gathers are really very dashing. Oh, yes, Miss Perkins, I'll come. And you must come back again. You haven't been here in so long. It really is a sin. Yes, Miss Perkins, my Betsy Jane shall come to see your daughter there. Is she gone? I hope she got what she was at her. And all my life, I never did see such a tattling critter. They ought to call her camel bones, I'm sure, the name of the critter.
The in-between you cut out a lot.
I reckon I shall have to return the call, but it won't sociable at all. Now that's neighbors.
That's the end, right.
Yeah.
The in-between you cut out a lot.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
It was a very long.
That young long. Well, I memorized that when I was...
Give me a different type entirely if you can think of one.
Well, when I said when I was 5 years old was, I got up there, they used to have, and last night, they had it at night. They called them exhibition.
And the parents came?
Parents, well, the whole crowd.
What was the first school you told me?
Kennemer School.
Kennemer School.
That's the only school I ever went to.
All those years you went to the same school at Kennemer?
Yeah, yeah.
Who was it? The teacher changed almost every year?
Oh, yeah, every 2 or 3 years.
Who was your favorite teacher?
Well, I like Life Chastain better. And I went to school.
Was Liza Chastain a Gilmer County girl?
Yeah, he's a boy, yeah.
He was a boy?
He was raised there.
What was his first name again?
Elias.
Elias.
Uh-huh. Well, I went to school but Grandpa West.
Was he there too? Grandpa West taught a year?
He taught school there.
How old were you then?
Oh, I don't know. I was 6 or 7 years old. But I remember going to school to him. I remember him. He was teaching me no, I wasn't that old. I hadn't learned my ABC. He was teaching me my letters. And G was hard for me to distinguish from the other letters. And he said, come to G. He said, all right now, I know, you ought to know this. Now, what does Paul say when he was flying? He meant me to say G, you know. What
was the question he asked?
What does your Paul say to his horse when he's flying?
Oh, yeah, he wanted you.
And he thought I'd think of G. Well, there's haw, too.
Mm-hmm.
But the answer I gave to that was, get up, Nell. That was his horse's name.
That's very good. He was wanting you to say G.
Yeah, and then he said G.
He pointed to one and expected you.
Yeah, well, when I learned one piece...
You said when you were 5 you recited the poem.
Well, don't you think I'm very small to get up here and speak? It took me awful long to learn. It was very near a week. My brother Ned, he's very rude and very thoughtful too. But I got it.
Well, it's a long time ago.
Yeah, I love to fix a script.
Well, when you left home in the morning, you'd bring your own lunch, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And,
in a bucket. We didn't pack no sandwiches.
all right. In that bucket, what would you usually bring? What was your usual?
Well,
as a small child.
in the bucket, or the basket, there'd be a bowl of beans or cabbage and some...
Cooked cabbage.
Yeah, cooked cabbage. And on the beans, it'd be iced potatoes or boiled corn. And then we'd have chop it up with cornbread, put up in little squares, packed around it. And then she always had some kind of make gingerbread and cakes was out of the question. Nobody ever thought about a cake. And they have gingerbread and sometimes pie, apple pies or
What would you drink?
water.
Now, how would you drink at the school? Where was the water supply?
A spring, about as far as from here to Miss Jackson's spring.
Well, that's several hundred yards.
Yeah.
Now, would they bring a bucket up so you all could eat at the school? And they'd have one dipper?
One dipper. And everybody was healthy.
And you told me the house situation, outhouses weren't yet customary.
No.
So they didn't have one at the school either.
No, they didn't have one for school. There was a road by the school. And then there's a road branched off and went out this way to a woodland that's on it with the houses on it. And then one went the same on the opposite side of the other. Well, the teachers would always, everyone they ever went, sometimes it messed the roads up, but the girls went this road and the boys went this road.
That was the way they ordered them to go.
Yeah, that's the way
And
they had to go.
that meant in snow, in the mountains you had snow, and then under a lot of rain conditions.
Yeah. I walked to school in snow 6 inches deep.
How far did you have to walk to school?
1 mile.
1 mile. So you hadn't yet moved to a distant place in those years you went to?
No, I was born and raised in the house I lived in until I got married in 1905.
All right.
And
Could you off the top of your head now, you were the seventh child raised in your family? From your oldest brother Charlie to you were the seventh in number, or
Yes,
what were you?
sir. I was Charlotte, Molly, Roy, Gus, and Alco, and one dead singer, and then Floyd. I was the seventh.
All right.
I raised them.
Every one of you went to the same school.
Yeah, yeah.
So at any one point, you can remember 7 of you being in school from
Yeah.
youth and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Out of, say, 30 or 40 there. Who else, what other families, name the children if you can. Like what other big families were there
Well,
in the same Kennemer school?
Bunyan West, he had 8 or 10.
Who were his children at that time going to
Well,
school? On July 4th, this discussion of the children who went to Kennemer School with you, in addition to the, say, 7 Mulkey children in your own family, you said another big family was the Bunyan West children. And who were the ones that went to school with you?
Mother, Reddy, and Clemmer.
Really was the first?
Reddy was the oldest girl that went
Was
to
this
school.
Bunyan West related? He was kin to the
Yeah, he was,
J.O. West father,
he's,
Grandpa West.
yeah, Grandpa West's father and Bunyan West's father were brothers.
Okay. All right, now his
And-
children were really?
Reddy, Clemmer, Allison, Houston, Ari, and Essie, and, Essie and Jay,
It was
and
a J.
Oxrail, and then there's 2 boys, I can't
What's the
think of.
first one you called Riley? How would you spell
Really,
that?
R-I-L-L-A is the way she
All right, and the next one after Riley?
Really was Clemmer,
Clemmer was spelled.
C-L-E-M-M-E-R. Now that was the way they spelled her name.
Yeah.
Clemmer, and then Houston, they said,
Yeah,
you
right.
asked you on.
The others I think I followed all right. And
And-
besides Bunyan West, what other big families were there
Well,
in Kennemer
let
School?
me see. Well, that's about 2 of the largest families.
But no, what other family names?
Yeah, Uncle Joe's children, man.
That was Joe Mulkey.
Uh-huh. That is,
Who was in school that you remember there?
It is Thad and Lee, Bartow and Herschel and Mary. There's just 5 of them.
Oh, that's 2 Mulkey families in Bunyan West. Were there any Beardens or who
No,
else?
there wasn't any Bearden family. Just
What other
West
families
and,
in that school? How about Kennemer himself? Did he have children?
Kennemer, no, he didn't have, but I don't remember him ever having over 4 in school at one time. Lou Isley
What, that you went to school with at Kennemer School?
Yeah.
Who were those children?
and Bob, Benton, and Larkin.
Okay.
That's the only ones I...
Who else then?
And
The
the-
smaller families that you remember?
Well,
from school.
Smith,
Which Smith?
Bunyan Smith.
Okay.
His
Children?
Buney, Hester.
How do you spell
Jim,
Buney?
B-E-U-N-A,
And Hester?
Hester, and Jim and Benton,
That was Jim, you're saying?
Jim and Benton, and Artis, A-R-T-I-S, Artis.
All right, any other smaller families
And
like
then,
the
Bert Jones,
Smiths?
there's Charlie, and Margie, and Herschel, and Marsh, and Minnie. They all went to school when I went.
All right. Now, of some of those families, I just want to see, did the Kennemers, any of those, stay around Gilmer County, or did they mostly go out and away?
Well, Larkin Kennemer died just a month or two ago in LJ. He never did move. That was the last, so far as I know, of the
That whole
family.
group?
Well, now, this Larkin's daddy, Charlie Kennemer, had a brother that lived up on the mountain. His children went to school, but he didn't have them.
Who were they? Charlie Kennemers?
Charlie, I just told you about, is
Oh.
Flam. Flam Kennemer, and he had, well, they were, but two of his children went to school
When you were there?
Ella and Ralph.
Okay.
He just had four
Yeah.
children, and there's two of them
All right.
a lot older than me.
You pretty well have accounted for everybody that went to school with you, or
And the
there's some others?
Cantrells, there's Cantrell.
Cantrells?
Yeah,
What was the father's name?
Bill
Mm-hmm.
Cantrell.
The children?
He had, there's the Flam, Lives, and Rebecca, and Fletch, and Alma. There's
Was the oldest one Clem, is that? Or before Lives?
Yeah.
Okay. Did most of them, did the Cantrells leave Gilmer County as well, or did they stay around?
Yeah, they left. They went to Alabama.
How about Bert Jones?
Clem Kennemer went to Alabama. Well, Bert Jones went to,
That family left too, and the
and down in
children?
Pickens County.
They went down into Pickens.
Yeah. But they had left after they'd all
Right.
quit going to school.
That section that went to
Well,
Kennemer
it was-
School was, what was that section of Gilmer County called right around you there?
Well, that was part of the K District.
Carter K District.
Mhm.
So the school commissioner would have been the school commissioner for Carter K District.
Yeah.
Now, what were the other closest schools to you besides Kennemer,
Well, there was
where children went?
Ebenezer. That was 3 miles away from where I was raised. And Burnt Mountain. and
They each
Clare-
had schools,
and
one little
Clare Creek,
schoolhouse.
yeah.
Were all those schoolhouses log schoolhouses?
Yeah, or just shackly boards.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a lot of children on Burnt Mountain that would come down to the Kennemer School because they couldn't get a teacher up there and they didn't have.
Who were some of those children that came down?
Well, Bryant's, Bryants,
What was
Bryant.
the father's name?
John, I believe.
Now, who were his children that went to school with him when they came down?
Pathina,
What's that name?
and
How would you spell that? Do you have any idea?
and Pothena is
Okay.
where you spell it. I used to. Uh-oh.
That's all
I
right.
forgot.
No harm.
I used to keep up with all the funny names. And then there's
They were spelling problems, weren't they? You could ponder the syllables.
yeah. And then the Cantrell. Did I say Cantrell?
Yeah, you said there were Cantrells.
Well, there's another Cantrell.
Cantrell up on Burnt Mountain.
Jim Cantrell, yeah.
Jim?
His children, yeah. And it's Barry and Lillie and Ellen. They used to walk from Burnt Mountain 4 miles. They lived on.
That was a lot worse than you had to walk.
Yeah. And then the Davises, people would move in, families would move in. Now,
Yeah, who were the Davises now?
Tom Davis lived there about, well, it was a mile ago where I lived, where I was raised, and he just stayed there. I think he stayed 2 years, and he moved off.
To Pickens County or somewhere else?
Well, I don't know where he went to. I believe he went to Alabama. At one time, I remember a lot of people moved off of Burnt Mountain. There was 8 or 10 old vacant houses where people lived in these big apple orchards, you know. And they just moved off.
Why was it hard to get a teacher on the Burnt Mountain? Was it more isolated on Burnt Mountain?
Well, yes, and it was rougher, harder to get up there.
And the farmers maybe didn't make as good a living even?
No, they didn't make a good living. Then they was careless about saying, you know, you didn't used to. If a child didn't want to go to school, he didn't go.
the people were more, if you wanted to call it that, God-fearing and serious where you were, you think, a little bit more?
Well, yeah, they had different interest in their children.
And in education.
But back on Burnt Mountain, the most of them, in most of the homes, there was some party in most every one of them that made whiskey, and they...
It was much more moonshining on Burnt
Oh,
Mountain.
yeah, moonshine and moon back.
And they didn't care whether the kids went to school or not?
No,
you
they
tell
didn't
me.
give a darn.
Any other Burnt Mountain families that you remember
Mm,
that came down when they couldn't have a teacher?
I don't remember. Well, the Southerns, Billy Southerns,
Some of those Southerns were related, too, to the Southerns.
yeah, that was, they were cousins, kind of like
Who were his
grandfather.
children, Billy Southern?
There's Minda and Lula was the only one.
Lura?
Lula.
Lula,
yes.
okay.
And it just, I don't know, they just be in school, maybe come just a few days and quit, and they wasn't interested
Yeah.
in school. And
How, in your own family, were you the best school attender? Was some of the brothers and
no,
sisters didn't?
we all enjoyed going to school, and we had to work like slaves when we stayed at home. There's always something
Yeah.
to do.
So you
Back
enjoyed
then,
it.
I'd go to school 2 months and a half a year, or 3 months. When I got to 3 months, I'd go to school 3 months a year and work 9. And
Yeah.
the difference then and now is the children go to school 9 months and play 3.
Yeah, I see.
There's not, you won't find a child around here in miles and miles.
Well, and now the
Yeah,
summer
no.
is a vacation, and for you being out of school was very hard work.
Yeah. Yeah, and they don't want to do nothing when they get
Now,
out.
how about Ebenezer? Were the people over there more serious about education?
Well, about the same. They had good attendance at Ebenezer and Clear Creek, too.
Those were
And
the
they had
closest.
about the same teachers as we had, because one teacher would teach per hour. I'd go to school with one teacher, maybe a year or 2 years, and he'd skip over to Ebenezer to Clear Creek.
Did Grandpa West teach at one of the others too, or did he just
Yeah,
teach?
he taught at Ebenezer.
Now, did some of your closest friends and family members also go over to Ebenezer? Not your own family, but cousins and all?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I had an uncle that lived just right close to
Which one?
Ebenezer School, Uncle Ben. His children never went anywhere else on to Ebenezer.
Okay.
And,
And then Ben Mulk, that was Uncle Ben Mulkey?
and then Uncle Marion West's children went to Ebenezer.
And who else do you think went to Ebenezer
Well,
that you can remember?
well, sometimes Grandpa West, he lived about a mile from us, and when they get a teacher at the Kennemer School that the children didn't like, well, they'd go to Ebenezer, but they had to walk 3 miles to get there. But they'd go.
So sometimes Grandpa West's children would go to
Yeah.
Ebenezer rather,
Yeah.
they'd go back and forth. Anyone else at Ebenezer you can remember?
No,
Families?
I don't remember.
How about Clear Creek? Who do you think went to Clear Creek?
Well, there's the Osborne,
Osborne's?
Osborne, yeah.
All right.
Osborne,
What was the
Finley,
first name of Osborne?
Well,
Father's name, the father's name.
Bly.
Bly
That's all
Osborne, yeah.
Bly Osborne.
What other families?
And,
to Clear Creek we're talking about.
John Thompson. He had a bunch of children there. And Jim Jones, Chapel Adams, and Bethel Adams, and Marshall Adams.
A lot of Adams.
There's all there. And then the Evanses, John P. Evans, and I knew all.
How about Uncle Robert Evans? Where did his...
Well, they went to Clear Creek, but part of the time they'd come to Kennemer.
Oh, so at times you went to school with some of Robert Evans' children?
Oh, yeah.
Which ones did you go to?
The youngest one, Minnie and Robert.
Minnie
Minnie, yeah.
and Robert, okay. Then, have we dealt pretty much like Uncle Wash Mulkey's children? Which way did they go?
Well, they were all out of school before I was.
That's because they were older.
He was Dad's oldest brother.
Right, so there were, you've dealt and given me the names of most of them, ones of your generation of Mulkeys and Wests.
Yeah.
And the ones that you intermarried with or something.
Yeah.
How about Beardens? Where did they go? I've heard that.
Well, some of them went to Ebenezer, but they were further back in Dawson. They went to.
Some of them came from Dawson County over there.
Oh yeah, but they was further back as well.
Yeah.
The ones that lived near the Gilmer County line come over into Gilmer County School. But
Right.
the ones that was further off, that's Tickenetly.
Yeah. Oh, was that another grade school, Tickeneckley?
Yeah, Tickenetly.
Who went to Tickeneckley?
Some of the Beardens. I don't
But
remember.
Tickeneckley was in Gilmer County. Not in Dawson, wasn't it?
I don't know. It was right close to the line, but it was
Okay.
further the way I don't
Yeah, a
know.
little further past.
It was back the way the line run, maybe it's divided somehow or other. I don't know.
Now, the teacher never had a blackboard, so the teacher had to walk around. And how many books were there?
They had a blackboard.
They had a blackboard.
Oh yeah.
What did he use?
Chalk.
He had chalk.
And some old farmer would get him a little block of wood and tack a piece of sheepskin on it for an eraser.
Mm-hmm. All
They
right.
just had a board just
Across a
on the
wall.
wall painted black.
A painted, not a real
Painted.
slate or anything, just a
Oh,
painted
no,
blackboard.
it wasn't
Okay.
slate. It was blackboard. It had
Then he
lines.
could talk with you and illustrate things up there.
Yeah.
Then how many books were there actually for teaching?
Well, there's the...
How many, did each child have
Each
one of the
child had the
books?
book, yeah.
But they stayed in the school, they didn't go home? Or did they go home with you?
Take the books home?
Yeah.
Well, children that was interested in learning
Mhm.
would take the books, certain ones. Now what I know when I'd take my books home, the lessons that come in the morning, I'd take them home and study them on up until.
So you were allowed to take your books home?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
take them home, and but a lot of the children would just leave the books at school. They didn't care whether they learned or not. There was one boy I went to school with, Brownlow Reese. That was Jeff Reese's boy.
Now you haven't mentioned the Reeses,
No,
huh?
that's
This is Jeff Reese's boy?
Yeah.
Okay.
And as Ella, and that was another big family too.
Ella.
Ella was the oldest, and Brownlow, and Hilliard, and Patton, and Manon, and Essie, and Lizzie, and Minnie, and Arthur. They all went to school, and it was fun to see them come in.
Why was that fun?
Huh?
Why were they fun to watch them
Well,
come
they're
in?
kind of a round cycle bunch or something like that. They're nice people. No, I always saw a lot of the girls. But it's so funny when they come in the morning, the teacher would be sitting there maybe helping somebody with their arithmetic problem, and they're always late. There's so many of them, they had to get it ready. And one would bob at the door, morning, morning, morning. When they come on.
Each of them came in and said a separate morning.
Each one of them come in and said good morning, but they always just got out with the morning.
Morning without good morning. Okay.
Yeah. I used to listen to them, and I'd get tickled at them sometimes. Oh, come bobbing in.
Anything else funny that happened in school? Any recollections of humorous incidents? Or?
Well, not anything special.
I don't know how you managed to carry a bucket with a bowl of beans and maybe potatoes or corn on top and cornbread beside it and do all the tricks you did on the way to school that you've described at other times.
Well, the boys always carried the food.
And you were free. You had both hands free. Then.
Yeah.
That's the way your father made them do, huh?
Yeah. We were too small to do with big old strapping boys, so I'm too old to go to school, and they'd been not there.
Mm-hmm.
Refused, and they got out to dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they'd go to school, and at the dinner hour, they'd want to go out here and spread him clothes down, much over that, much over that. Well, it was a funny thing. The Reese's, Ella Reese, she'd spread her clothes down, and boy, they had to bring 2 buckets. she'd have a great big bowl of soup beans and 3 or 4 ham bones lying on it. And baked potatoes and boiled potatoes and cabbage. And she'd spread that cloth out, set them bowls right all on there, and she'd have sat there one day out eating, and get all out what they do, talk to each other, you know. We were eating and hollered back and forth. And you want my bowl, and you can carry on like that, and we were always a bunch of hogs.
Just a minute with that record.
We keep getting there, aren't
Yeah, I wish that's the loudest bags. This is when you were eating lunch, right?
we? Yeah.
What time would you eat lunch?
12 o'clock.
For how long?
Well, good an hour.
And
You know,
where would
12
you
go
eat?
back
In
and
the
walk.
would you eat in the classroom or out?
You just heard me say we'd spread the food out on the ground.
Outside.
Yeah.
If
and
the weather
hog-
wasn't bad.
hog around, no, if it was raining, we'd just eat inside, of course. Or wait till it quit raining.
So you'd spread the food around on the ground. Go ahead.
Yeah, just set the bowls out on the cloth, you know, and one day Ella was sitting there, she had a bowl of soup beans, and of course they had it about empty then, and she had her ham bone she was chewing on. She'd bite the end off that bone, and she'd chew that bone half up, and there's no sow come up, was rooting around and kind of slipped up. She's behind her, she hadn't seen it, and the rest of them was, well, they're all talking to somebody on the other side. And somebody hollered, "Look out, Ella, and hold in your beans." And she looked around and saw it, and she laid her bone down to grab the bowl, and the old sow got it in her mouth and took off across the hill.
Right away with her bowl, huh?
With her bowl with the beans in it, you know. And while she got up to taste it, another hog got her bone.
Now this was open range time, so these sows were loose. Huh?
Open range, always hog.
What were the bowls made of that the sow was able?
Like we use now.
But the sow was able to pick up the
She just got it in her mouth.
whole thing, yeah.
Just got to put
Grip on it,
down,
got
put
her
off
teeth,
to
yeah.
carry it off. She went carrying it off. And we all had a big
This
leg.
was Ella who?
Ella Reese.
Mhm.
Oh, she fussed at that old sow. The next time she went to spread her dinner out before she spread her cloth out, she got her some rocks. She rocked every hog off the hill.
The hogs were often around while you were eating, I guess, or nearby.
Yeah, they were always around. If they'd get a chance, they'd run in and grab something. They were gentle hogs.
You call them gentle?
Yeah, they were gentle. When they come right up, they wasn't afraid of you.
They weren't wild,
No.
but on the other hand, they weren't gentlemanly in their manners.
No, they'd run when they got a bowl of beans.
They grab a bowl of beans and
They'd
run.
run, yeah. Oh, they had wild hogs in those hills.
Now, what would a teacher do to keep discipline? What sort of rod would he use?
Seldom any. Just have a little switch sometimes.
A hickory switch?
Yeah. Just
About 1 inch
About that long.
thick, or?
No, it wasn't. Well, about like that big end. Take it out. They used to grow slim ones.
Yeah.
Hickory.
And not over 2 feet long, maybe.
No.
He couldn't use it on the bigger boys. They were as big as he was, huh?
Man, don't you fool yourself.
Did he?
I seen him whip boys bigger than he was.
Now, Grandpa West would be one thing, but what about a young man? He wouldn't try it.
Well, some of them wouldn't pay attention. They'd do it. The older ones could do it as pleased, but he's always picking on the little ones.
Yeah.
And that'd make the older ones mad, and they'd tell him off.
How would they tell him off? In what way?
Well, they just tell him to cut out such foolishness as that.
They didn't like a teacher to
They
pick
did
on
things.
you.
I done something in there that I should have been corrected and punished for, and I got by with it. And that little fella that might say helpless, you're picking on him all the time.
They'd tell the teacher that.
Yeah, he listened at him.
Were there any other occasions when teachers listened to them that way?
Well, that's just when they, yeah, there's one teacher, he didn't know, he couldn't spell, he couldn't read too well, he wasn't no good in mathematics at all. He just didn't know anything. Or he wasn't fit to teach school. He didn't know enough to teach a beginner. He didn't have enough common sense to do that. He was giving out a spelling lesson one time. They used to line up this old blueback speller, and when they got to where they let them spell on the book, or spell from the book for a while, and then they'd, when they got to where
syllable spelling.
Yeah, they get to where they spell bigger words, well, they'd line them all up. There'd be sometimes 30 in a spelling class. Just lined up across the room, go clear across.
Standing up?
Yeah, all stand up. And they'd give head marks, you know, and they'd spell the one that was head when the last lesson was finished. He got a head mark for his head. And
what does that mean?
Well, they just put down a mark, and at the end of school, the one that had the most of them would get a prize. And that kept them all kind of encouraging.
What kind of prize might he get?
Huh?
What kind of prize would
Oh, some kind of book or something or other that was useful. Well, this teacher was giving out a spelling lesson, and my brother was at the foot of the class. And I think that about 30.
Your brother Charlie or who?
No, Alto.
Alto, okay.
He was a good speller. Well, he started at head, giving out nigger shirts. Nigger shirt.
That was the word?
Nigger shirt, yeah. Nigger shirt. Well, they spelled everything. He was looking at the word, and they was spelling it. And he told him when to spell it. Right. He kept on. Next. Nigger shirt. Nigger shirt. Went on down. And Alto, for some reason, somehow or another, knew the word, and he knew he'd given it out wrong, but he didn't make no big to do about it. And it went on down and come to him, and he was the last in the class, and he got nigger shirt. Well, Alto says Negotiate, nigger shirt. Is negotiate was the word. And
the teacher was calling it nigger shirt.
He is calling it. He knew that much.
Yeah.
And when he did that, none of the others didn't distinguish the word that the meaning of what it was. They didn't know what the word was.
He knew the spelling book, evidently.
And he knew the word, and he spelled negotiate and pronounced it nigger shirt. And everybody in the class, they just all fell over laughing.
They fell over laughing.
They
realized the teacher.
They all knew he'd made a fool out of himself.
Yeah.
Oh, he whirled around.
What was his name, the one that made a fool out of him?
Lester Holden.
He wasn't a local man.
Well, he lived out at Cartagena. He about 6 miles from where he was teaching. He just whirled and got that hickory with us. Come out here, boy. And there's a boy in school that was, I guess, nearly as old as he was, and much bigger. He said, come out here, boy, I'll teach you to be smart.
Talking to Alto now.
Yeah, and this big old gangling boy stepped out and pushed Alto back. He said, now, if you're going to use that hickory on anybody, he said, try it on me. I don't have that smartness going on here. He said, that wasn't smartness. He said that was ignorance. He said, you gave out nigger shirt, and he had sense enough to know what the word was, and he spelled it correctly and pronounced it like you gave it out. He said, now you just better put that with or me and you are going to tangle. He slapped Richard's leg with his arm and laid it out. Never did say no more.
In some ways, there was a certain freedom there, maybe, that didn't exist in other places or later times.
Well,
in a sense, if you're describing more mature students, older students, able to almost bargain with a teacher or talk back to them, isn't that what?
Well, they did when they got a teacher. When the teacher come in there that thought he was it and wanted to act up and up like he thought a teacher should. There's some teachers come in there, but, well, that's the only one that was ever that ignorant that I remember. And they'd,
That was the most, you really had a decent bunch of teachers, so you wouldn't have learned what you did, right? For the most
yeah,
part.
most of them were. Most of them were. But now this teacher that I was talking about, I had a arithmetic problem one.
Same one, Holden.
Same one, yeah. And I took it to him before class.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't do it. Couldn't get the right answer. And I took it, asked him, explained it to me, worked it out for me.
Mm-hmm.
And he took it and looked at it. And well, going back, I haven't got time now. It's ready for some other lesson, other classes upon me. So just going back and study over it. Well, when the arithmetic class was called, he gave me that problem. Well, I didn't know how to do it. I don't remember how it was, don't remember what it was, but anyhow, it was, it's in so much, I can't get it in my mind like it was, but anyhow, leaving off the Sundays in the year. And that's what it meant, but I didn't see it that clearly. And I just couldn't do it. And I know now I'm supposed to subtract the 52 Sundays in a year from the body of the problem, and then go ahead and work it. And he didn't know how to work it, but Nicholas did. And so he gave me that problem. Well, I worked on slate all the time. I had slate and pencil. I never carried a piece of paper to school in my life. And I just put the problem down and put my line down here and put some figures under it. And I knew it wasn't right. But he come around and I was turning the slate. He looked at it, shot his hand and said, okay. Well, I knew he lied. I knew it wasn't okay. But I did that just to get by, I reckon. Well, when I went home that night, Alto worked that problem for me and explained it to me.
Alto was good as a student.
Huh?
He was a good student, Alto.
Yeah. He worked that problem out, and there never was no trouble to get him to help me, He'd work them out, explain to me. And sometimes I said, if you've got as much sense of lust to hold, you could work that yourself.
Who do you think was the best student you ever met in school?
Best student? Well, there's a lot of them. They're all friendly, but there's some that Arthur Lawrence was the one I told you about the other night at the man's shop. He was red-headed, mean as
Lawrence?
Lawing.
Lawing.
L-A-W-I-N-G. And he used to bring apples to school. They had apples all, sometimes we wouldn't have them. He'd bring me an apple every day.
He was sweet on you, man.
We used to support a little. We did. I went with him a few times. The last time I ever went with him was from Clear Creek Church. And we went in the wagon, and he was walking. Well, he just rode back with us in the wagon.